It was a normal day. I had just come home from school, and my parents were relaxed in front of the TV while my brother played video games in the other room. But then, out of nowhere, our neighbor, who we had only really known as that kid with the bike, was banging on our door, screaming that the building was on fire. Before we could even process those words, we were scrambling to evacuate our pets and grab what might be our only possessions left after this. It was so strange to watch the place we had called home for so many years go up in flames right before our eyes. This was the unexpected that I was so terrified of, that I would stay up at night with my heart racing, worrying about, as if I could plan out my reaction to something like this. Why wasn't I hyperventilating or completely frozen and needing to be carried away like I thought I would be? I've been more afraid of things that didn't even exist. I had my first panic attack when I was 9 years old. You feel your heart racing faster than your lungs can catch up, making you inevitably short of breath and causing lightheadedness, triggering the fight or flight response. It can cause a pain in the chest as well, which is why it's often mistaken for a heart attack. No matter how many you have, you think it'll really happen this time, but it never does. At 14, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I have learned since then that anxiety is really just a boy who cries wolf. And even if you know he's lying, it's hard to resist running out to check on the sheep. And that's why I didn't understand how I acted so calmly during the fire, with the wolf right in front of me. I was distressed, of course, but not to the point that I would have expected. They say that certain people often tend to respond calmly to real crisis, scared, confused, but functioning. I saw this in the people running out to make sure everyone evacuated safely, handing out water bottles and caring for one another. A neighbor that I'd only known as the afternoon crossing guard to my old elementary school had offered to help with water for my dog. I had helped another neighbor with their dogs who had come from inside and were struggling to breathe. And afterwards, my close friend and his family let us stay at their house for a couple of days until we could find a place. So many others had pitched in to support my family. It made sense now why I felt so secure in that moment. I remember that first night I had ever experienced a panic attack. My parents sat at the corner of my bed in the middle of the night, talking to me until I was okay. I remembered my teachers throughout the years helping me through them, and friends holding my hand so I felt safe. Those people that surrounded me, my community, gave me that sense of security. And now, here they all were, supporting me again, including people I hadn't even known past being my neighbor. One wolf, even a big, bad one, isn't so scary when you're not alone.